for joining us. Diolch yn fawr I chi. We'll just go and recap the last block, the run-in into the end of the season. Not a bad run, all wins bar 2. How do you think that stops the momentum now going into the playoffs? Because there's a week off next week with the wildcard playoffs. Do you think that the last 2 losses will rattle the momentum a bit?
No, not really, because we've structured the season, and then we had a planned break, and then we knew we were going to go again then to the playoffs. So it's like a sort of reset and refocus on what we need to do now for the playoffs. So it shouldn't upset us too much.
And it's in a busy period after the internationals, because or during the internationals I should say, because a lot of the under-20s boys were away on duty, so you had to step up and work a bit over that period. They coming back because the cup was being played in that period of time, except for the 2 catch-up games. But have you seen a big difference with them coming back in the pattern of play? Or?
Yeah, they've obviously we lost them to the Six Nations. During that period, then it's allowed us to kind of breed kind of the next kind of crop coming through, having to lean on a couple of the under-18s players and give them exposure as well. So with those 20 boys coming back in, obviously they'd had the experience of international rugby at that age grade level, which is always a step up for them. So they brought that kind of bit of nous back and a bit of competitive edge back to the RFC, and you can see that during a couple of games they've actually shone through.
Looking at that now, Craig, how important is that? Because the cup was on during the internationals, losing a lot of boys, so giving a lot of boys a chance, in that cup time. How valuable is that for them?
Oh, it's huge. Like Jason just said, I think, don't quote me on the numbers, I think it's 5 or 6 under-18 players played SRC rugby in the cup. That's just massive for the region. It's huge for them boys to come up and be around seasoned semi-pro boys and experience the likes of Llandovery way, Bridgend way, tough places to go, which they would never have done. So I think it's brilliant for ourselves and for them for the future.
You say, with the running, tough games, tough places to go. There's nowhere really to hide in the league. It's nowhere's an easy place to go.
No, absolutely not. I think you've seen throughout the whole kind of season release from the outset that no matter what fixture you've got coming up, that you've got to be on 100%. I think there'll be a couple of times we look back during the season where we should have been doing things a little bit better. Certain games where we've lost and come on the wrong side of the result. But like I said, I think beginning of the season, we had a decent start. I think we went down to Carmarthen then, thought kind of we were, on the right track, and next thing you know, we've come unstuck. So, like I said, there's never an easy fixture in this league. You can see through all the results, even in the past couple of weeks now. So, it's a tough competitive league.
Because you look at it, it's played 18, won 13, lost 5. If you go back, as we mentioned, to Carmarthen at the start of the season, because I think it was 3 wins on the bounce.
Yeah. Bit
of complacency maybe, because they put about 20 points in the first 20 minutes, and it was chasing the game then, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think it's our sticky patch. I think we always come unstuck down there. I don't know what it is. It's like we give them that head start, and then we couldn't, like you said, we couldn't get it back, and credit to them. It was, before we knew it, I think we were 21 points down with me, so it was frustrating, but I think, like Jason just said there, it was like, I think every team's capable of beating everyone, and that's the beauty of the league, isn't it? So it's like, for us to be sitting top now, is we've achieved what we set out to the beginning, I think.
There seems to be, tit for tat, because, you look at the Quins game, it was back-to-back, if I remember, and then they come down here and put 50 points on them, although that Nathan Hood was sent off. Yeah. I think Jason, you were playing flanker for a while.
one step closer to the second row.
Pushing the scrum forward.
And then, going up to Abu Vale, that was a tough game. That was another loss. And then Newport at home, because it was a good game that was during the Christmas period. The first leg, when they played down here on the Sunday before Christmas. Now, because they had a bit of a dip and they came ready for that before Christmas, didn't they?
Well, God, I think coming to the Arms Park or a Christmas week, Cardiff Newport a game. I don't think it's irrelevant what run you've had up to it. That game is just a spice of on everyone's tick list, isn't it, before it comes out. So the losses we've had, I think, apart from the last 2 weeks, I think leading up to the early part of the season, we've been in every game, and we is just like so that's a positive. Like we haven't been put to bed to say we've been in there, and I think it's just down to our mistakes and how we weren't clinical enough in certain aspects of the game.
Was in a lot of games, especially at home, it's been quite level at half time. There was against Aberafons a draw and then pulled away, in the second half. And Llandovery, the start up there was a dream start really, to keep it going. Yeah. And them coming back down here because they were right up for that when they come back down, and that was a tough game. Just playing in the backs, it was 100 mile an hour in that first half.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was. I don't think it was many kind of phases put together. It was all kind of done on transition, and when the game breaks up like that, it's hard to kind of bring it back to a rugby game. Yeah. It ends up being you score, we score, you score, we score type of game. So.
And turning into that arm wrestle then in the last 20 minutes because it settled down a bit, and then it was just toe for toe then in the last 20 minutes.
Yeah, and they, to be fair to them, they took the game away from us in that second half, and a couple of times this season we haven't been able to keep that scoreboard close enough to be able to say pinch it at the end. I know we managed to get 2 points from it in the end. With the penalty, and then Benji intercepted last play of the game to get us within 7. So and then when you look at the score at the end of the game, 48-43, you're thinking, we could have won it, but we were 15 points down with 3 minutes to go. So they took that game away from us.
A high scoring game there as well, which you see a lot of in the SRC, more high scoring than a lot of regional games, which is good to see. But do you think that maybe not just the natural way of play, but if you look at the point system this season where you've got that extra point to take 6, do you think that gives the initiative to play more, to get that extra point?
Oh, definitely. I think it's been a number of games now where we've had messages on, and the players have said to us, look, let's keep going, let's get that 15 point buffer to see if we can get that extra bonus point. So it's always something that's in their head. And the reverse of that, then, like Jason just said, the ability to take that penalty against Llandovery to bring us within the 15-point gap, so to take away that extra point from them. So it is, I definitely like it.
Yeah, it's it can work both ways, like Craig said. Obviously, that Llandovery game, how close the table was, obviously, going into the last 2 weeks when we didn't know how other results would go, so for us to keep Llandovery to as least minimum points as possible, obviously not having them to receive that bonus 6 points was obviously huge for us, because we know we can do that, if you know what I mean. To take that away from them, then, like I said, Benji ended up scoring then as well, because it gives you an opportunity then to have another point or be in with a game. So you always kind of, you're never out of the game. Obviously, in terms of a result, potentially yes, because there wasn't enough time for us to go and win the game. But there was something there for us to salvage. So
you can collect your points then, and and being on top of the league or in that top 4, you could nab an extra point. Get into the end of the game that could keep you there at the business end of the season.
Yeah, definitely. I agree. I like it. It's something to play for. You don't score 4 tries in the first half and then shut up shop and game's dead. Then it's just like, right, let's have the ability to keep going and test the boys and the fitness and the KPI, keep ball in play and just encourage the youngsters and some of our senior boys to keep playing and show their skill set when you get to 60, 70 minutes in the game.
The youngsters and Jess.
It's like even when you think the game's done and we've won, there's no chance of the opposition winning the game, and we're still looking to get that extra point. You know, say we're winning within 12 points, there's an opportunity then, say the game is on its last legs, last couple of seconds, right, if we keep the ball in play here and get a field and we score, we get another point. So it's kind of, it's keeping that
Still gives you
attacking
something to
mode.
play for.
Yeah.
Which was the case in Pontypool last Saturday. You know, it was keeping in the game, but they scored at the end just to bring that point away.
Yeah, and Saturday was a really tough one to get our heads around, really. I think because we looked at the table before, like you want to win every game, so we're not taking nothing away from Pontypool. They scored more points than us. They were good on Saturday, but it was just from our perspective, we knew that we needed Everett, I think, to score 20 tries against Swansea to change, or we were chasing 4 to get a bonus point. So it was a really tough one to get our head around on Saturday, but taking nothing away from Pontypool.
No, they played the game well on Saturday, and that was an arm wrestle as well. Again, tough place to go, isn't it?
Yeah, it's always a tough place to go up there, isn't it? It's like I said at the start, there's never an easy place to go. Even if you're going up to RGC, you know, Airbu away, you know, Pontypool away, these places are tough.
If you look at how the league is finished off in the ordinary time period, it's more than likely with the wildcard playoff, you know, between Bridgend and Swansea will be our next home match. Again, it's hard to go to Bridgend. They're tough to play down there. Last couple of weeks, they slowed the ball down because we had a good backline out. They just slowed it, didn't give us a chance. And at half-time, you know, it was quite level pegging. Swansea have had a tough season, but they've picked up for the last couple of weeks. They've had the energy from somewhere, and they've just played well. But to be honest, they haven't, you know, been totally out of it, you know, because across the season, they've been thereabouts, just been losing it in the last 20 minutes, so they haven't been far off. St Helens, again, not a nice place to go. So how, going into the playoffs now, how important would we say that home advantage is?
Oh, it's huge. I think for us, we know we're a fit team, we're very high skilled, and we like playing on a fast track, like you said. So is that that was our goal, isn't it? We always wanted to have, be in it at the end of the season and be in the best position to have a home quarter-final, home semi-final, and as things worked out for us now, if we win them, home final as well. We'd much rather any team come to us and us go away, isn't it?
Yeah, it's I don't know, it's just got that kind of home advantage feel to it, obviously.
And obviously every week's a final from now on.
Exactly,
yeah. Of course it is.
Alluding back to kind of what you said about Bridgend and Swansea, I couldn't tell you who will win out of them two.
No, it'll be a tough playoff.
Because Bridgend on their day, very good.
Yeah.
And you've seen what Swansea have done in the past couple of weeks as well to, you know, Llandovery as well. So on the night, I'm not sure how it's going to go. But having one of them teams come to the Arms Park and next Saturday, obviously that'll be, you know, great for us. And I think like what's gone on the past 2 weeks on field, we'll have our kind of heads in the right space for that because it's kind of a change of approach now.
I think I'd be right in saying that the team as a whole, or the squad as a whole, are in a good place to go forward. It's got a close-knit bunch in the squad this year. Oh,
definitely. There's boys, you couldn't ask for a better group as far as I'm concerned from a coaching point of view. It's just like the camaraderie, the mindset to want to work for each other is just everything is there. It's a really, really good semi-pro team. It's we all enjoy turning up every Tuesday, Thursday and Saturday for us. So I think we're in a good place. And just as a senior player, as it were, seeing, you know, the youngsters looking for you for guidance, how does that feel for you in your role in it?
Yeah, it's obviously nice because I was them, you know, 15, 16 years ago, you know, coming through, and it's the same process, you know. When I was 19, 20, I remember the players I was looking up to. So and asking for guidance, and it's a continuous cycle, do you know what I mean? So it's nice to be able to kind of offload any if they've got any questions, scenarios that they go through their heads on certain things. It's nice to be able to, from the experience I've had, is to transfer that onto them.
Well, boys, thank you very much for giving your time this afternoon. Hopefully in the next couple of weeks we'll be sitting here smiling, having a good chat again, but all the best and good luck.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, diolch.